Hi Joel and everyone else. I'm just going to take a walk down and up to the Glid site. I thought I'd just go this way. It's 3:45 in early September 2020, and one cute dessert, 5 right 4 down at this time of the day. I'm just going to walk down to the bridge because I've got a 15-minute clip here, and I know it takes me 10 minutes to walk down to the bridge, so that'll give me another 5 minutes to get back up from the bridge and go from there sort of thing. But it's a nice day, but I just wanted to show you the Glid site at this time of the year, considering that by the third week of October it's all over Red Rover, and we're in the beginning of September now, so that's just basically 7 weeks, or basically from the round about the 21st of October onwards. It's basically the 3 7s to 21 basically, and it seems to run fairly new houses built there, and seems to run fairly consistently with the Bloomsday of August, which is usually around about the 23rd or 26th, and it was again right on the money here in my backyard, even though we did have them come out in other places a month earlier sort of thing. So anyway, just walk down here. As you can see, the litage is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of these Chinese symbols on the ground here. I got some really good ones in another part of the neighbourhood, but really do actually look like Chinese symbols. I have tried to photograph them in the dark, but and on the side here we've got lots of plantains, and we've also got some echiums. So they're classic ones, and you notice, can you see the classic signs, and also the colour on the petioles there. So yeah, afternoon. But as you can see, the sunlight is absolutely gorgeous coming through there. I mean, as we go. And I always thought that these ones, we call them the widow makers, because and we go over here, you can see we have been down there in previous seasons, and we have some nice rumex over there too. So yeah, something going on there, some kids playing actually playing in the bush rather than on their Xbox, which is rather good. And we did have a walk down there in October of last year, I think, before I went to Tassie, and it was like a pre-season sort of recce down there, and we even had liverworts still hanging on and growing at that time of the year in, I think it was October, it could have been, yeah, I think it was October. So yeah, just as the season was starting to turn, we're going to go from the wet into the dry basically. And I have filmed down here. Have you noticed, if I walk down here, there's this edge on the side here where these weeds don't seem to encroach in there, and that doesn't seem to come out here sort of thing. Have you noticed that? I don't know if the bloke who puts these trees in, these natives or whatever, put something down beforehand, I don't know, but it seems to be this lovely clear line, and earlier in the season it was even more obvious. So and there's all this crunch underfoot, as you can see. So yeah, I think it becomes more obvious as we get down to the next one. So anyway, I just thought I'd do this. I want to get it done by 4:30 because we've got garden gurus. I thought it was on at 3:30, but as you can see, I thought it was on at 3:30 as it was last week, but no, it's going to be 4:30. And yeah, they've obviously knocked down a sign down there and put it down there. So Yeah. Yeah. Oh, was it a mallow plant down there or something? Oh, you can see the rumex down there. I don't know if I can go in for a close-up. But there's a nice rumex down there. And there's also one over here too. So, can you see that? That is quite big. Oh, we've got some ducks too. There we go. Mr. Duck. But that's why I like rumex too. It's a member of the Polygonaceae family. And so is, I believe, rhubarb is too. It's a separate branch of it, but it's still in there somewhere, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. But there's this nice clear edge down here where the weeds don't seem to encroach on the native section and vice versa. As you can probably see here. So we've got all these natives in here with all this moss on the ground over here like that. You can see that. And then you've got this clear demarcation along the edge there. It's just amazing how they separate the two. Whether the bloke, as I said, puts something down before he puts the holes in or something, I don't know. But you can see, look at it, absolutely demarcated there. Quite amazing. So anyway, get down to the bridge and start to go up towards the Glid site, and it should be, well, I set off at 1:45, so yeah, coming up to 10 minutes. As I said, it takes me 10 minutes to get to the bridge usually, so yeah, thorn bush in flower there. And you can see we've been down there last October. You can look at the videos if you're interested in looking what that looks like in like a month from now, basically. I think it was actually a little bit longer than a month. Just towards the end of October, I think it was. Oh wow, got some rumex there too. Brilliant. And we've got lots of plantains there. Another CP related weed, I suppose we have to conquer. They are harder to grow than you think. But then again, I'm working hard on the bucket, so I may be cracking on the flooded bucket soon. So just hang out for that probably in the coming shed videos if I'm successful. Yeah. I know. John likes a bit of specoid when he's having his coffee in the morning, sort of thing. So he says I suppose he has trouble sitting down at the computer. You know, he rather enjoys watching them in the lounge on the big screen. Well, so do I do. But the quality doesn't seem to be the same. You know, I watch them on an LCD screen on YouTube in the computer room, and they're fantastic. But you go out to the lounge, yeah, lots of liverworts there, and we've got rumex there, and we've got some kitties. I'll move the camera out there. Right, okay, here's the bridge. And I normally go down there for my 40-minute turnaround. I go down to the satellite number 3 basically and come back, and that's 40 minutes basically. So I do that before tea, and so this is like going to be like a replacement 40-minute session, I reckon. So and then that used to be a whole back end sandy end of the school, my son's school, and then they put all these houses in. I was a bit miffed when they did that. But yeah. So we move up here past the old folks' home. So a retirement sort of village sort of thing, where Dave, his wife, used to work as a, I don't know, orderly nurse, I don't know. She just used to work there. And She was into scrapbooking in off hours or something. So yeah. And when I go past at night time, I get glintage off the water. Another duck there. So we'll probably do this later on in and maybe just before we get into October or something, we'll do another annual, a bit like Baz's Urban Weed Patrol, but we'll do it going down the creek line. You never know, you might notice something new. A bit like some of those oxalis weeds, suddenly get a new one that creeps into the neighbourhood or something, and you can track it over the coming season's worth of videos and see as it proliferates through the community. And sometimes you get a kookaburra that will sit on one of these trees warming up. It's obviously had like a splash around or something, catching something, and of course it's a bit cold then in the water this time of year. Sits on a branch there and just in the sun warming up. So had a good feed, but it's got a bit cold and chilly, diving into the water to get its food resource. And and usually when they're sitting there warming themselves up, they don't want to move, you see, so you can get a really good shot of them. And they just sit there warming up, and you can zoom in with your camera and get some quite detailed photographs of them. So but that's usually in the morning though. If I go for like a late breakfast or something, Okay, now we're gonna, hopefully the landscape camera is picking this up, though I think you'd have to be in 4K to see it as I see it. But we're just going to walk over up this rise to the Glid site. I was here last night, or in the evening sort of thing, doing my pre-meal 40-minute walk, and half and half. Ooh, yeah, I know. It's not going to be another pretty good Glid season this year, I don't think. No. So I don't know where to start with. I should go over here, but there was something interesting down here that I saw on the end, so we'll get to that. But the old benches there, and you can see the regolith and everything. Pretty disappointing there, but we have got some activity in the corner here and also down there. So so I forget that you're not with me, and I have to sort of give the over. Ooh, and it was a little bit damp here. Obviously this day of sunlight has dried things out a little bit, but just very quickly I'll just end this clip with just going over, and then we might do a few close-ups here and there. But you've got CP related weeds, and you've got the odd glid here and there, so forth. But we'll just walk down, and you can see this wet patch, and we've got the location marker brick that we have here, like we have the rusty bit of iron up there, which is also an annual location marker. I checked last night, it was still there. Now we found last season, we've got a little bit of a encroachment happening in this little spot down here. Oh, can you hear that under my foot? It sounds like it's getting wetter there. Can you hear that sort of squelch, I think it is. And down here, here we go. I was treading on them. But we've got a whole load in there. But I'll start a new clip looking at this one and maybe going in for a few close-ups. But I don't know. I think the sun was a bit later on in the day when I came down. It was looking really good. Should always take the camera with you when you go on these things. You never know when you're going to need it. Okay, that's about it for now. I'll just make a new clip from here.